All right, Chelsea beating Leeds 3-2 in that game. They take on Leicester City. So they face another team from the Championship. But this time, a team that's in better shape than Leeds. Leicester are knocking on the doors of qualifying back to the Premier League. And I guess another test for them is now going to Stamford Bridge. Emmanuel.
This will be a challenging game. I think it will be a bit more tougher than the Leeds game. And even with the Leeds game, it was a bit shaky. They had to get a goal, I think, in the last 10 or so minutes to win. So for me, I think Leicester will probably put their best team forward. And we know Chelsea. The only problem with Chelsea is that they are consistent in their inconsistencies. And we don't know what kind of Chelsea will turn up. Leicester, they are playing some very good football. And I've forgotten the coach's name. Yeah,
Enzo Maresca.
I think he studied under Pep for a while, so you can see elements of that. And for Chelsea, normally when they face teams who want to possess the ball more, it plays in their favor. You look at their games against Citi, against Spurs, it works for them. But in this time round, the other team is the underdog, so you'd expect them to have more of that. Now, if that team is going to set up, Maresca is going to set up his team in any way of a semblance to Pep, it means they are going to press. You just saw that first goal in there, where they just gave the ball away right in their 18-yard box. If they're going to give away multiple of those opportunities to Leicester, Leicester is going to punish them. And that is the only struggle I have with Chelsea. Good for them. Modric seems to have found some good form. I think he scored in his last 2 or 3 games.
Scored again.
So I expect him to follow in that same vein of form. But for Chelsea, that's the main worry. You don't know what kind of Chelsea is going to turn up. It makes it very hard to predict or analyze them. But
can you imagine how Pochettino feels about
honestly, I think I was listening to this podcast also where someone passed the joke that he doesn't even know all the players in his squad. And that's because they have a lot of players.
They do have a lot.
I think that squad is about 30, 35 plus. That's a lot of players. So for me, Chelsea, this is the only competition they can probably win. Yeah, they got to the Carabao final, they lost. So with this, they were attacking for a more serious thing. I think outside Wolves, they are the ones facing, let's say, an easier opponent, not in the Premier League. So I would expect them to get the job done like they did against Newcastle in the league. But then less of those mistakes, less of playing out from the back and all those funny things. Like, stick to the strategy. Have a solid team all around. Everybody go about your business very well. I think in as much as Leicester are very good, I think Chelsea have enough quality to be able to go past them if they are serious on the day.
If they are serious. Like, if you are Enzo Maresca, you are dominating the Championship, and now you are going to play Chelsea. You've knocked out one Premier League team already. How do you think they should set up? Is it to play off the back foot, hand the ball to Chelsea, and then try to play on the break, or believe in the ethos from day one and go to Chelsea and take the ball off them and try to dominate?
Leicester has no Premier League quality players. And you look at the core of the team, it's just a few of them left after they went down into the Championship. You definitely know the issues that led them into the Championship. They were not consistent for a while. I think they had lost their team, they had lost that spark. So somehow they found themselves demoted. And you look at the kind of football they are playing in the Championship. They are levels above a lot of the teams there. It's not that they are.
They kept some of the players from.
So yes, so that's it. That's what I'm saying. The point I'm making. So that they have Premier League quality players in there. Iheanacho is still there.
I think
Didi is still there.
Dewsbury Hall is now a mainstay.
Dewsbury Hall, yes. So they've made some few additions. I mean, and you check the team and a lot of Harry Winks is in that team. These are Premier League proven quality players who are playing in that team. So I'm sure it wouldn't be so new to them going to Stamford Bridge. The thing is, they don't have a good form at Stamford Bridge.
Yes.
That's the problem.
I think they're coming from, they've lost what?
They've
only
won
one,
and that was in 2018.
I mean, talking about even their recent form in terms of like the Championship.
Yes.
They haven't done one in the last
game they
exactly.
drew or they lost also. That was
exactly. So that's
and then
something.
This
whole bad history at Stamford Bridge. I think the last time they did something there was somewhere in 2018. Also in the FA Cup against Chelsea, they haven't been so good. I think they've met 4 or 5 times and they've won just one, and that was in the final that they beat from that cracker of a goal from Yuri Tillman. So
the odds
history,
don't favor them.
pedigree, the ground, it doesn't favor them. And on the back of the fact that they are a championship side, although they have Premier League quality players, the fact is they're a championship side. So it has to be made clear. So now Chelsea would have to find a way to get the team playing in such games. It's good for them. They have been very good in the cup games. They went to Villa away after drawing Villa at Stamford Bridge. Went to Villa away and showed a performance and beat Villa at home. Mm-hmm. You know Villa's home. It's until that Chelsea win. I think the only team that had gone there to win was Newcastle.
Yeah, I think that was after I think Sheffield drew.
Yeah, Sheffield drew with them,
Newcastle
and then Chelsea went there to win. United went there to win until Spurs went there. So that Villa home game was a very strong performance from them.
Okay.
So I see Chelsea winning this game on the back of just these factors that we've put together. I don't see how Chelsea will go out of this cup game against Leicester. Leicester's form has been quite dodgy in the last 4 games, as you've rightly said. Now, Chelsea have got the quality on any good day. If they decide to play, on any good day.
Serious.
If they decide, you see, that's it. They are becoming like that Man United team that we've seen over. Like, you wake up every morning and you ask yourself, okay, which United team is showing up today? Chelsea fans are at that stage now. Because sometimes you go in thinking, okay, we are going to lose this game. Yeah. Then they show up. Sometimes you go in confident thinking, okay. Then some team comes in and then comes to smash them at home. So it's very, very, very interesting to see how they will shape up. But I think given, and they're one team that has progressed to the semi-finals a lot more times in the competition. I think in the last 7, they've qualified about 5 or 6 times, which shows how much of pedigree they've got in the FA Cup, winning it 8 times. And they are one of the few teams that have been able to do that. So I tip them to qualify against Leicester City. I don't think Leicester will trouble them so much in this game.
In the unlikeliest event that Chelsea do not win, does it all of a sudden turn up the pressure volume on Pochettino?
Of course. I mean, what is there to play for again? Europa League spots or what's the other competition? Conference League.
Yeah.
I mean,
they may get in there though.
They will get. I think they will make a final push and get in there somewhere around 8th, 7th, there-ish. I think Chelsea might get there.
So you think that if they lose again, we get back to the conversation on?
I mean, where it tells you. So you would be asking yourself, where is this project going to? Now you know Arteta has become the yardstick for projects in the Premier League. Arteta is a yardstick. So I'm sure maybe the positive Chelsea fans will be like, even look at, if that's what United fans are doing now. Arteta has been 8th and some 5th and then now 2nd. I mean, you get the whole point. So the questions will be there. The questions will be coming up. But it will be a bad season for them if given that I think Pochettino would have been underwhelming as a coach if he doesn't, push Chelsea. Or, the way a manner they lost the League Cup final, they would have to make a way and get into another final to make an effort to win it.
Again. I think they've not won a cup.
They've lost their last 6 straight domestic finals.
So we want to get there and lose or not get there.
Get there and go and win.
Okay,